Greetings everyone, this is Jed Shlackman. I'm a holistic therapist here in Miami, Florida. And in my practice I work a lot with spiritual healing, with energy healing, with hypnosis, and with past life regression therapy. In this presentation I would like to discuss the topic of past lives, of regression therapy. And I want us to think of this in terms of parallel lives or alternate realities, not just as a linear past, present, and future. When we conclude a particular lifetime or incarnation, that spiritual aspect of ourself leaves behind the physical plane. It lets go of that physical identity, and it goes up into a higher realm. Many people refer to this as the astral realm or the astral plane. That level of reality can be considered the between lives realm, and there are even some regression therapists who have authored books on this subject of the between lives realm. In that realm, time as we know it here on the physical plane doesn't really exist. So it's more of a timeless realm. You may be having experiences there that have a sequential nature to them, but they're not perceived within the construct of time as we experience it here in the physical level of existence. Many people have interactions with psychics and mediums where they're in some way communicating with a spirit, a consciousness that exists in that non-physical level of reality. So when that spirit exists on that plane, they can interact with people here on Earth in a variety of time frames. So a spirit can connect to someone in our present time here. They could also connect to someone in a physical level environment in what we perceive as the future, and also what we would perceive as the distant past. So that spirit is not limited by time in the same way we are here from our physical human perspective. With that understanding, we can look at reincarnation in a different way. So that spirit may reincarnate, however, the aspect of consciousness that exists in the non-physical realm would seem to still be there, still able to communicate with the person here physically, even though that soul or spirit seems to have reincarnated into another body and another identity. From the soul's point of view, all of the incarnations really coexist. They are all simultaneous aspects of existence. We could think of this like a compact disc or a digital video disc or Blu-ray, where you have recordings, whether it's recordings of a video or music, and you can choose which track you would like to play back. The soul can choose which lifetime it would like to experience and review, but within the field of information or the matrix of all creation, the information of those lifetimes already exists. So our past, our present, our future, and all of our different incarnations or lifetimes are already written into the fabric of reality, of the infinite field of consciousness. Each of us are just focuses of awareness going through the experiences of each of these different lifetimes. This is difficult for us to wrap our conscious human minds around, but it's more in harmony or in accord with the way our soul would tend to perceive or understand things. Here in our human lifetimes, we usually do not carry the memory of other lifetimes into our present life. So we have what we would call a veil of forgetfulness in a sense. Something is allowing us to not be burdened by all those memories so that we can just focus on our current incarnation. There are some exceptions to that pattern. Sometimes there are children who at a very young age seem to have vivid recall of experiences from their past lives. They may spontaneously begin to share, to tell their family about their other family, about their other lifetime, and the things that happened there. For those who would like to learn more about those types of cases, there's an author named Carol Bowman, B-O-W-M-A-N, who has written a few books on that subject, speaking about children's past lives or children's past life memories. And more recently, there's been a television show on the Lifetime Network called The Ghost Inside My Child, which explores some of these cases where a child has a pretty clear memory of experiences from a past lifetime. And this is a pretty well documented phenomenon. In my own experience, in my own practice, I have encountered this. Most recently, I encountered a family who has a child who's 5 years old and has very detailed and vivid memories of a recent past lifetime as a very well-known entertainer. And the mother didn't even believe in reincarnation until this came up, until her child started to share this information that had no other explanation. So in regression therapy, the therapist is using specific types of techniques that bring a person into a meditative or hypnotic state, a state where their conscious mind relaxes and they're able to access memories and information from deeper levels of consciousness. With children, that type of state is actually more common and natural. Children tend to be more imaginative and daydreamy. As we get older and we're pushed or socialized to focus more on things in this everyday stress-filled reality where we have to get things done, we have to meet deadlines, we have to earn money, etc., we tend to lose that natural, imaginative, intuitive nature. But when we guide ourselves into a state of meditation or use hypnosis, we're reconnecting with that type of state of consciousness. Using different forms of guided imagery, different cues, I would help a person start to bring their consciousness into another time and place, and asking their soul to give them guidance or insight about something that's important or significant for them, something that will bring them understanding about patterns or issues in their present life. It might be causes of emotional challenges, of relationship patterns. It could relate to physical illnesses or abnormalities. So many of those things are in some way traceable to patterns or experiences that come from other lifetimes or from an early period in one's present lifetime. Therefore, this is something valuable to explore. If we have things that are challenging us, if we have blocks or limitations we're confronting in our life, where we feel we're stuck and we're not able to move forward or not able to heal a particular pattern, it can be very helpful to go back into that deeper part of our consciousness to uncover the source of that particular issue or challenge and to bring healing there at the source. This is a very deep form of healing, something that I've seen really great results with for many people. It can allow you to make a transformation that could have taken many years in conventional, traditional forms of therapy. In regression, that type of shift or transformation might happen seemingly instantaneously, since you're creating the shift at a deeper level of reality. Since all of our lifetimes are interconnected in some sense, they're all part of a greater whole. When we create a shift in one particular reality, one particular lifetime, it has kind of a quantum ripple effect influencing all the other parallel aspects of our existence. We've heard of the butterfly effect, where a butterfly flapping its wings in one place theoretically could affect the weather pattern halfway around the world. When we make a shift in our consciousness, there is some type of ripple effect occurring, because we're aligning now with a different reality when we shift within ourselves. All the different possible or potential realities exist within the universal field of consciousness, within the Creator's field of awareness. We're just, in a sense, choosing or picking which one we're going to go into resonance with and activate within our own field of awareness. This is something that's important to understand. This empowers us to make positive choices and healthy changes in our lives without having any resentment, without being in conflict with the existence of all those other potential realities. We can be at peace with all that exists, including both all the positive realities and all the negative ones, positive and negative in a sense relative to our particular perspective. We can forgive and release any experiences we've had that were unpleasant or traumatic. We can let go and allow ourselves to be fully empowered, fully alive, fully energized in the present time, in the present moment, where we are right here and right now. The more of our energy and consciousness that are available to us in the present, the more we can achieve, the more we can grow and continue to evolve. When there are parts of our consciousness that are stuck or that are trapped in some other time and place, that are caught up in a low vibrational pattern, whether it's due to some type of stress or trauma, some type of negative belief or misunderstanding, that really inhibits us and keeps us from being fully empowered, fully able to reach our potential. Past life regression therapy is one valuable way that we have available to us to help us release those unhealthy patterns, to help us break free from any cycle that's keeping us down, keeping us from reaching more of our potential and being more fulfilled. I hope this presentation has given each of you some valuable insights or ideas. I encourage everyone to explore these subjects more. there's so much information available on these topics, so many different perspectives, as well as a vast amount of ideas to integrate, to understand. There's always more to learn, more to integrate, more to embody as we continue along on our paths. Those paths are not limited to the earth. Our souls have, in many cases, been traveling through the cosmos, having lifetimes in other star systems, other planets, perhaps other galaxies as well. There can be existences in other dimensions. So there's a vast repository of wisdom and experience that our souls are gathering. I would like to conclude this presentation now, and I want to thank all of you for taking some time out of your day, out of your busy lives, to explore consciousness, to look into your spiritual development. Namaste. For those who would like to learn more on these subjects, you can visit my website at www.phinsights.com. That's www.phinsights.com.